Hello.
Hello, Paul. How
Beryl.
nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you for meeting me.
My pleasure.
I've just got a couple of questions, really. I was given an article by my uncle,
Yes.
and it related to my nan and my great-nan. Now, in March 1941, a bomb dropped on Lancaster Avenue, and my nan and my great-nan were apparently in the shelter, and at the last minute, my nan said, "Do you know what? I fancy a copper," and walked back to number 17 is where they lived.
Yes.
And, of course, it saved them. Can you... Yes. I mean, I don't know number 7. Do you want to walk down?
Yes, sure.
I haven't seen this.
Yes.
I've never been to the street
Yes.
before in my life. So what happened? How are you connected with it then?
Well, it wasn't a bomb, actually. It was a parachute mine, which is the biggest of the landmines that you can drop.
Yeah.
And I lived at number 14 Wimbledon Street. I was 10 and a half.
That's the next road along.
No,
is
it's
that the
down
one?
at the bottom. You can see the far side of Wimbledon
yes.
Street, those red bricked houses.
Yes.
And the bomb virtually dropped, I think, at our back door.
Wow.
But of course there were 4 air raid shelters here as well, and the first 2 were completely demolished.
Yeah.
That's when I think most of the people were killed.
So this road used to go down to
Down now,
Wimbledon,
yes,
Wimbledon
down
Street.
there.
Obviously,
So the whole area where the police station now is was houses and...
Exactly. So Manor Road Police Station
Yes.
is where the bomb dropped.
Yes.
So it was a parachute mine that came down.
Yes.
And how, I mean, you must have found out later what it was, but is there a difference in sound? Was there a difference in the way it came down?
There is no sound from a parachute mine because it floats down.
So you don't even know it's coming?
No.
Was this during the Blitz of
Oh,
Liverpool?
yes,
So
yes.
this is happening at the same time?
Yes. Well,
Right.
of course, Hitler's idea was because Liverpool was the main Atlantic port, it had to be closed. And of course, it wasn't for the want of trying. Well, of course, we were on the borders, we were right on the river. So, of course, what missed Liverpool? And of course, there was Birkenhead docks as well. So we were sort of sandwiched between the two of them. So what missed them hit us.
Where were these shelters then? I mean,
They were right up. They came straight up the road. There was one there.
Yeah.
One there, and then 2 more further down.
And they're in the road?
Oh yes, in the middle of the road. There were concrete and brick.
Right. And how many people would these hold?
Oh, quite a lot.
Really?
Quite a lot. And they were in sections. Yes, they did hold quite a lot of people.
I thought a shelter would sort of be in the corner of a building but not exposed in the middle of the road with concrete.
Well, the street shelters were in the middle of the road, but then of course you could have your own Anderson shelter, which was the one you dug down into the garden.
Yeah.
You can see the shelters there.
Oh, yeah. We can see how heavy that shelter's been built.
Yes.
And the devastation around it is just
Oh yes,
unbelievable.
it was a concrete roof, very heavy, big thick concrete roof and bricks.
How long would you normally be in a shelter for?
Well, if the raid started about 7:30 or 8 o'clock, you could be there till about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, okay, so you could be there for some time. You're not hearing anything. You know something's going on in the distance. And my nan's turned around and said, "Do you know what? I fancy a copper." And literally turned, and she lived there at number 17. So they popped across the road, and then bang. And so in this area, in the Wallasey area, do you know how many people died overall during the war, you know, in the bombing?
In Wallasey, about 340. 30 people died here.
So it's nearly 10%. You know, that's a big
Yes.
chunk. 10% of the people that died during the war
I don't
died
know
here.
Birkenhead and Bootle, but Liverpool, all of us, the whole 4 areas, between, I think it was 4,100
That's a lot of people.
civilians.
That's a lot of people. The devastation, certainly would have smashed windows coming up all the way up here with that sort of impact. That cup of tea could have saved my nan's life, which is a real sobering thought, actually. My mum might not have been here. I wouldn't have been here because my nan went for a cup of tea. Unbelievable. And she never even bothered telling me.